Yes, we are live, guys. We are live. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. My name is Olivia. I'm a Nigerian who lives here in South Africa with my family, and I make various content, guys. I hope, yeah, I make various content. So if you're just seeing me for the first time, thank you. Welcome. Please hit on the like button, like this video, okay? Share this video, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay. So, guys, I have a video to play for you guys. In today's video, it's going to be: is it a good idea as South Africa makes Nigerian tourist visa 5 years with multiple entry? Guys, tell me, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea for South Africa to make Nigerian tourist visa? Sorry, want to make sure that we are live. So do you guys, I know we've not been having a live section for the longest time. Yeah, but hi Liso, thank you for joining. How are you? So Liso, do you know, have you heard of those news? Has anyone heard that South African president and Nigerian president met? And let me just play this video for you guys, okay? Let's play this video, then we take it up from there. Um, so let's play it. With these efforts, our government continues with its efforts to improve the ease of doing business in South Africa. We want to enable investors to promote and operate their businesses in a manner that will enable them to pursue various opportunities in various sectors of the economy. We look forward to seeing more Nigerian companies investing in South Africa. In fact, we want to see Nigerian products on the shelves of South African shops. Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport. We expect that this 11th session of our binational commission will enable us to consolidate cooperation in a number of other areas. Okay. At the feet of Jesus. Hello, at the feet of Jesus. She says it's a very bad idea. You all know yourselves, and unfortunate relational dynamics Nigeria has with South Africa. South Africans are probably crying for their own children. Okay, that's why we are here. Actually, I just read the the remark of President Cyril Ramaphosa. It was me. I was actually shocked. I never saw this coming. Honestly, I didn't see this coming. I will tell you for free. But I always tell us that when it comes to politics and when it comes to leaders, they know themselves. They are the ones leading the countries. Okay, they know what they want for the country, and whether the citizens like these things or not, whether we as the citizens of these countries approve or not, the leaders will do them anyway. So we can see that the president government continues with it. So the President Cyril Ramaphosa has just declared that for business, I think mainly for business interests and tourists, it's like if you have a business interest or if you want to show the capacity that you can conduct a business in South Africa as a Nigerian, you will be granted multiple entry tourist visa that will last you for 5 years. If you don't know what multiple tourist entry visa means, it's like when you are going to the US, if you apply for US visa, what they normally give you is a multiple entry visa for, I think, for 10 years. Now the US has extended us for 10 years, but for the longest time the US will give you 5 years. And you can maybe come for and stay for 6 months and go, and 6 months and go, and 6 months and go, but the visa will be valid for the total period of 5 years. Okay, so that is the kind of similar kind of thing that South Africa is trying to implement when it comes to Nigerians. That if you have a business interest, I don't know how they are going to prove it that you have a business interest, or if you're a tourist actually, that and you're applying, you can now apply to get 5 years. They'll give you 5 years. I can tell you that this is very generous. This is very relaxed. I don't know if I'll call it generous, or I'll just say it's very, very relaxed compared to what South Africans give. My mom have been to South Africa all the while I was giving birth to my children. She comes to help, but now she's getting too old. So anyway, but when in the earlier years, she used to come frequently, and even though she's an older woman, they only give her South African visa that she gets, usually 1 month. I think there was a time she got 3 months based on the fact that, for medical grants, she had medical aid. So we applied medical aid for her. We were paying for her. She also had some medical checks. So on that grants only, that was when she got 3 months at the least, and it's one entry. But one entry. But other times she will normally get 1 month. They'll give her to enter the Republic of South Africa on maybe 20th of June and to leave on 20th of July. But however, you can extend your 1 month. Maybe if you tell them you still want to stay with your children, you can go and apply again. Use all your documents, apply again they might just extend it for another 1 month or 2 months. Okay. If you apply formally, as an old person, at least I know my mom, if she applies formally, they used to extend it for 2 more months. But normally they will give her one entry that lasts for 1 month, apart from when she was coming for medicals. Okay. So, but now it's very, very relaxed. You can imagine South Africa giving 5 whooping years, and 5 whooping years of multiple entry. But I don't know. Now it can be tricky because that 5 years, they may give you 5 years, but the immigration officers may now say, okay, you can be in the Republic for just 1 month. You know how multiple entries, even if you have a visa, who determines your stay is the immigration officer that stamps you in. Let's hear what people have to say. Lisa said, I heard it, but I think you guys, you misunderstood. The visa is for business people who have 5 years visa with multiple entries. It's not for everybody, and the tourist visa is always there. Okay. Lisa, I understand. I think I'm actually understanding it based on that. That's actually the essence of these videos, okay, for us to enlighten people. I don't think it's for every tourist. It's from what President Cyril Ramaphosa said, it's for tourists that have business interests, right? If you say, okay, I want to come and open a business in South Africa, then they are going to be giving that to you. But now it's how can they determine if you have a business interest or not? That's another thing. South Africa is going to regret this. Shia said, hi, Shia. Shia said, South Africa is going to regret this. This is no Nigerians that come to South Africa for, you are meant to say there is no Nigerians that come to South Africa for the right reason, not even one. Okay, share your opinion. One new slang learn is that we observe, we don't judge. That's what I've been seeing it trend. We observe, we don't judge. So share, I'm not going to judge you if you think that there's no Nigerian that come to South Africa for a good reason. But I don't know. That's why I'm actually asking, do you think it's the right choice that South African government has made in this? Let's read what document actually says, because I have it here. They said South Africa relaxes visa rules for Nigerian tourists and business people. Okay. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced that Nigerian tourists can now apply for a visa without the need to submit a passport. Yeah, that part I don't understand. Without the need to submit a passport, how? Can someone explain on the comment section what that part means? Because from the statement of the president, I heard that without a need to submit a passport. Please explain if you understand. Ramaphosa made the announcement on Tuesday, December 3rd, during the opening of the 11th section of Nigerian South African National Commission in Cape Town. Oh, okay. Which was attended by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He explained that South Africa has simplified its visa process to make travelers easy for Nigerian business people and tourists. So it says Nigerian business people and tourists. Okay, I don't know. Please just be commenting on the comment section. What are your thoughts on this? Okay, as I read this. So it's for Nigerian business people and tourists. Introducing measures such as 5 years multiple entry visas. Okay, our efforts to create a favorable environment include simplifying the visa process for Nigerian business people traveling to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people we are granted a 5 years multiple entry visa, he said. Okay, with the emphasis of qualifying Nigerian business people. So now, for the record, this is not for all Nigerians. It's business people, and you can imagine this may be actually high-profile Nigerians. This is actually a kind of a business relationship between Nigeria and South Africa. From what I'm reading, it states that it's qualifying Nigerian business people. It might even be in the capacity of Aliko Dangote, or maybe Adeleke, all the 1% of the 1%. This we're talking about qualifying. When you say qualifying Nigerian business people, it may be the rich. Some business people in Nigeria are rich. The likes of Obi Kubana, those people that have chains of empire businesses. So these are the people they are talking about, though. So I want us to, because I was actually misunderstanding it, but now it states that it is with the emphasis of qualifying Nigerian business people. Okay. So they were granted a 5 years multiple entry visa, he said. So that makes sense if this is the case, because somebody like Dangote, assuming he wants to come and open a business in South Africa, I don't know what business he wants to come and open, but if he wants to come and open, he won't want to come and start applying every year, because remember, people like that may be touring the country where they are doing business every month. They are in the country, they are in and out of the country. So it makes sense. This actually makes sense if it's only for those kind of class of people. The president also reaffirmed South Africans' commitment to removing barriers to increase investment and addressing the challenge faced by companies in both nations. Okay, as we mark 30 years of diplomatic relations, we saw a bright future for our relationship. Our strong bonds of friendship provided a solid foundation for more meaningful economic cooperation, when President Ramaphosa said. Okay, so there we have it, guys. I know that a lot of South Africans will be angry, but if you look at it, I'm not. You guys know I've never been pro Nigerians come to South Africa. That's not my message here. But from what this particular message is saying, is actually for the economic growth of both countries, and assuming the really rich people in Nigeria. I'm using somebody like Dangote because I know he's one of the richest people in Africa. If the caliber of person like Aliko Dangote comes to want to open some kind of business, he has chains of businesses, and now he wants to extend his business interest in South Africa. It makes sense for such people not to want to be applying for visas, or those class of people will not have the time to always apply for visas, So with the emphasis of this tourist visa, this 5 years multiple entry tourist visa is for business people, Nigerian business people. Okay, before some people will start misunderstanding the whole thing. I was actually misunderstanding the whole thing. So Liso said it right. It's actually for business people. Liso said the who have from South Africa, from citizens of Nigeria, is the one will make Tom, Dick, and Jerry shout at the migration with that misinformation. Okay, Lisa, I don't understand what you're saying. It says the who have from citizens of Nigeria is the one who will make Tom, Dick, and Harry shout at the migration. Okay, I don't get you. Nigerians don't need passport to come to South Africa. How? Sure, are you here? Sure says Nigerians don't need passport to come to South Africa. How? Nigerians need visa to come to South Africa, okay? Let's read what Lisa is saying. Minister of International Relations explained this morning. He said we'll apply, but when the visa is approved, the applicants will submit passports to be stamped in SA Embassy the way we do. Oh, okay. So that without passport means that if you want to apply, that makes sense. You know why? Let me explain, guys. With this caliber of people that want to apply, let me say, I'll keep using my example. Somebody like Aliko Dangote, he's a well-traveled billionaire in dollars. Okay, now South Africa is saying that if you in that caliber you want to apply for South African visa, we are not going to hold your passport because you will be needing your passport to travel to other countries. Maybe you have businesses in Ghana, America, Switzerland, all those places. We are not going to be holding your passport. We are going to allow you keep your passport. Then when the visa comes out, we are now going to invite you to bring your visa. I think that's how it's done when we apply for the UK, or all those other countries, especially UK. America, they will ask you, they will hold your passport and tell you that they're going to post it in the next few days. But with UK, if you apply for as a Nigerian anyway, I'm talking about as a Nigerian, if you apply for a UK passport, they're going to ask you to hold your passport. When your visa comes out, you're now going to bring it to them. Then they'll stamp it for you. So that is the measure South African is actually implying at this time. Okay, so for those caliber of rich business people from Nigeria, if you want to apply for South African passport, they are not going to now withhold, because all the while, if South Africa, even many years ago when I applied for my South Africa passport, and most people, even when my mom used to apply, South African High Commission, yeah, they will hold your passport, and it takes time. This process takes time. So all those kind of people now, they are waiving that part of holding your passport for you, because they know you as an individual, you may want to travel to other countries, so they don't want to withhold your passport depending on when your visa is out. Now the new rule is that you hold your passport. When the visa comes out, they invite you. So that's what they mean by passport free. You apply passport free. When you apply, obviously, now we understand that this makes sense, because this will not be for everybody, every tourist, every Nigerian tourist. So South Africans, I know that people are already getting angry and worked up. Let's understand this. These are for the elite. So these are for like their Dangotes and their Delekes and the rich, maybe Davidos, all those. I don't know. Davido is an American citizen, so he doesn't need visa to come to South Africa anyway. But those that are not, that do not have American citizens and all that are South Africans, Nigerians, they are the rich people, so they are not going to be withholding their passports. Let's hear what people are saying. Share, say, go and read again. Hi, Muzi. Muzi says, share exactly. Why would you not want Aliko to invest in SA? I don't know. I don't know why Share will not. Aliko would. I think these are the people. Now we understand the caliber of people that President Cyril Ramaphosa is talking about. These are the Aliko Dangote, is the rich investors The who is who, the people that own all this, they are like those elites, those big ones, okay, not the average Nigerian. We need more black capital from all over Africa so that we can easily fight the white ones. Muzi, I don't know if people will share the sentiments. I think a lot of people will prefer the white ones. I don't know. I don't know. Let me just share my link in case someone has anything to say. Please, guys, give us a thumbs up, okay? If you have anything to say, if you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear what your thoughts are. Share your thoughts on the comment section. Please give this video a thumbs up, okay? And if anyone has something to say, I'll quickly post my link so that you can come and... But I've explained the situation right now. Now, for me, what I would think, if I want to say, is it a good idea for this to happen? Looking at if I'm answering this question now, I will say, looking at the caliber of people that South Africa is actually looking at. Remember that the caliber of people is business tourists, people that are coming to invest heavily in the economy. Looking at those people, or having those people in mind, I would say is a good idea, because those people don't have the I don't think they will have the liberty to want to reapply. Somebody like Dangote, if he wants to come and invest in South Africa, he doesn't want to, maybe now he enters South Africa, have a meeting, he's flying back the next day, then that visa has expired. Then when he wants to come the next month again, that means he will have to apply for another visa to come into South Africa again, just to have one day business meeting and fly back to wherever he's flying back, or fly back to Nigeria. You get? So looking at that situation, I would say it makes sense. It makes sense. But if I want to say, if it's for the average everybody, me, I've always been an advocate, and I'll always be an advocate of Nigerians. If you're a Nigerian, an average Nigerian looking to migrate or immigrate or japa, I will always tell people, don't come to South Africa if you're a Nigerian. I'll still make that video, because I think at this point in time, that video needs to be, made again. But for me, these are not I think there won't be a loophole for that, if that is what people are scared of. If South Africans are scared of, oh, now Nigerians will start trooping into our country. Nah, I don't think there will be a need for that at this point in time, because remember, the people that South Africans are actually speaking of are the who is who, the rich that have millions to invest. Those are not the average Nigerians that are coming to immigrate. Those rich that have millions to invest are not coming to live in South Africa, believe you me. So those are the people President Cyril Ramaphosa are talking about. Liso said, Olivia, means the noise people make online will run faster to reach the people that the visa is not for them. Yeah, Liso, I understand you, but the point is that this visa has a targeted population. Okay, if you ask me, this visa is not targeted at everybody. This visa may actually be a visa that, if you read the guidelines right now, it may be a visa that, do you have 10 billion or 10 billion naira to show, something like that. There may be a streamline, something that will take people. A lot of people will not be able to meet up. It may be that you have to show a proof of fund of 10 billion naira before you can even get this kind of visa. Do you understand? So even if it gets to the average man, we the average people have heard of it, but it's not about hearing about it. That's not the bone of contention. It's about, can you access it? We will all hear about it, but when it comes to now apply for this visa now, can you access it? You won't access it if you are the average person, because I know there will be rules to access this visa. It may be that you have a proof of fund of 100 million naira, or you may have you may have something to show that you have a business interest and you can actually establish business in South Africa. That's what I think. So as much as the Tom, Dick, and Harry can hear about it, but they may not be able to access it. If you ask me, that's what I think. So Musi said, if people like Dangote invest in South Africa, they will definitely comply with the law requiring to employ 80% of South Africa. Of course, such a person will not want to tarnish their their image. We know, no, those kind of things. They are not going to, they are not going to be all those kind of rules they will adhere. And those people are real serious billionaire entrepreneurs. I'm telling you, that's those kind of people. They are not going to be faulting. Neither will they overstay. Neither will they want to come and live in South Africa. That's the last thing, though. Those ones will not even want to live in America, first world. They will not even want to live in Canada or whatever. So obviously, they're not looking to come to live in South Africa. For the president to open this kind of visa, he knows the people he's targeting, and he knows that those people will not default. So, my dear South Africa, my dear people of South Africa, do not be weary. For this will not jeopardize, your country. I don't think this will jeopardize the country. I don't think so. That's what I think anyway. Remember me for your life. Hi, Radi. How are you? I said Nigeria and South Africa will make things work in this story of visa. After Ghana got that visa advantage, Nigeria will not watch the relationship Ghana and SA. No, Radi, you're making sense, but what Ghana, the advantage that Ghana got is very different from what Nigerians are getting. Let me recap. What South Africans are looking at, making easy to come into South Africa. The people that South Africans are looking to make it easy for them to come into South Africa are the rich people of Nigeria, the Dangotes, the people that can come invest their billions, not the average Nigerian. Remember, this visa is targeted at tourist business people that can come and invest in South Africa. When the president is talking about those people, they're not talking about every Nigerian. Me, when I read it at first, I thought it was every Nigerian. But listening to the manifesto of the president and listening to the write-up, now I know that it's just for the business people. And if you ask me, it makes sense for him to ease the visa requirement for the business people, make it 5 years. Because if the rich people now, somebody like Dangote that is busy, wants to come and invest, he wants to be able to have a visa that allow him some years. He'll go in and out. He may come into South Africa, spend 2 days, live here, come into South Africa, spend 1 day. So he doesn't want to keep applying and reapplying. Okay. So but what Ghanaians got is visa waiver. Visa waiver is that everybody can come in, that they can only get stamped at the point of entry. So these are very different things altogether. Nigeria is not really, if you ask me, I won't say Nigerians are getting any advantage from this, because the people that are getting advantage are the people that are also coming to, when they come into South Africa will benefit as much as they themselves will benefit, not even like Nigeria government will benefit. Okay, so somebody like Dangote, when he makes his money is not for Nigeria, but when he comes to invest in South Africa, he's investing in the economy of South Africa. So South Africa will benefit, and him himself as Dangote, I'm just using him as an instance, will benefit. So yeah, I would say that those are two different situations. Please, guys, give this video a thumbs up, okay? And share the video if you can. So that is what I think. Let's read what some people have to say online. A lot of Nigerians and South Africans said something. Okay, somebody said, I'm reading the comments on the tabloids, on the blogs. Don't go to South Africa. Nigeria has a lot of places to see. People did not even read and to understand. I don't think these are just mere tourists. These are business tourists. So somebody say, don't go to South Africa. Nigerians are more places to go to Ghana instead. Somebody say, I categorically tell you it is only the Nigerian government and South African government that like each other. Each citizens can't say the same. And that's the truth. I always tell people that the politicians, let me say, the president of Nigeria and president of South Africa, they are cordial. They don't have anything, but the citizens of this country have a lot of resentment. So I don't think that President Cyril Ramaphosa will want to just make this thing open for the general public of Nigeria. If you read this particular visa requirement is for people that have business interests, and when you want to apply, you will be asked to give proof of fund to show that you can open a reputable business in South Africa. And when you can't show that proof of fund, definitely you will be disqualified. So yeah, I agree with these people that the two presidents, they like each other from the, at least they are cordial, I would say. But the citizens of South Africa and Nigeria, they are not all that cordial, at least online, I would say. In person, of course, some South Africans in real life have Nigerians as friends, and some Nigerians in real life have South Africans as friends. But online, no, they don't agree at all. And somebody else says we they come. That means we are coming. Some Nigerians are actually ready to come. They are ready to come. They say we they come. Somebody says that doesn't mean they love Nigerians that much. Yeah, it's a different thing. People should understand. Why do we need to visit? Okay, why do we need to visit fellow African countries? I'm asking out curiously because we are Africans. I'm imagining citizens of Mother of Africa needing to visit small. Now, wow. A lot of comments, a lot of people, some people approve, some people say, yeah, this is going to be a good relationship between South Africa and Nigeria. Somebody said that. I don't, let's see how it goes. Obviously, I think with business interests is always a good thing. It's always a good thing for business. Yeah, I can say so. Well, somebody says, well, strengthening bonds is good, but I know there is nothing you people won't complain about. So 1, 2, 3, go. I don't know what that means. What I picked from what you said is that the bond, this is going to strengthen the bonds. Let's see how that goes. Somebody says, please don't go. It's a bait. I am praying for those already in South Africa, those Nigerians already in South Africa to come home peacefully. It depends. It depends. Yeah, it depends. So my take in this is that I will say for free that for business interest, I think it's good. It's a good plan if people that have good business interests want to extend their businesses to other parts of Africa. I would say it's good. If you have anything to say, you can jump in on the comment section. You can use the link. Okay. So for business interests, it's good. For strengthening of bond between South Africa and Nigeria, maybe it's good if people understand the advantages, okay? Because the average Nigerian or the average South African will just run with what they said without understanding the nitty-gritty of this kind of visa. The nitty-gritty is that you have to be able to invest. I know that when I read it, initially, I'm like, we South Africans just do this, But I said, okay, let me see. And now I know that it's for business interest, it's always good. But if you ask me if it's good for just for tourists, everybody just, I will always, mention that South Africa is a country that don't have the capacity to take more foreigners. I always say that. And allowing this kind of, anyway, I'll make that video again. Lisa said they are just banting by saying we are coming. I learned to understand Nigerians. I used to get irritated, but now as I go as low as they go with no offense. Yeah, I think most things actually, Lisa, you're very correct. Do you know that when we understand that some of this social media banter is just what we call cruise? I don't know if you understand. Do you know what we call cruise, Lisa? Cruise is just play. You're just going with the flow, joke, not serious. That's what Nigerians, most of these things they write on social media is cruise. They really don't mean it. It's not like, So, but I want to say that anything that will strengthen peace, unity between Africa is good. But let before you make this sanitize the people to know that, oh, these people are not coming to overwhelm us. Okay, these people are coming to this class of people are coming to invest. Let the people be, sanitized. Let the people be the awareness be created. If not, this kind of announcement will further strain, and people will further, they are coming to now overwhelm us. Will they come here visa free? Will they? Nah, 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 nah. I think it's the onus should lie on, maybe the onus should lie on the citizens of South Africa to read and understand, okay, this visa, what class of people are we expecting to come and to have multiple entry for 5 years? Then when you understand that, okay, it's actually the elite, the most elite, the who is who, the one, we call it the 1% of the 1%. That's the 1% of the 1% of the 1%, like the rich of the rich of the rich. People in Nigeria, the rich in Nigeria are actually very, very, very rich. I won't lie to you. So if you now understand that, okay, this is the 1% of the 1%, okay, you will now understand. But if you don't read this kind of policies and say, and you may just jump with the bandwagon. No, hey, Ramaphosa, why did he now he wants to allow Nigerians to come and flood us? No, I think he has actually thought about this, and he sat with his cabinet, or people in the parliament, and said, no, let's put this policy for these people that will come and invest, because maybe there's a roadblock for this kind of investors. They may, because of the kind of visa we have, we cannot attract this kind of investors that will come and pump in money. We need these investors. So if we want to attract this kind of investors, we have to ease up our visas for them. I think, yeah, this is what was well thought out, or thought after, or something like that. Yes. As for Nazi, it's only for business owners. I think so. It's only for big business owners that can actually invest in South Africa. If you listen to what President Ramaphosa said, he didn't really say all tourists, all Nigerian tourists. He said business Nigerian tourists, business with the emphasis of business Nigerian tourists. Yeah, so it can be everybody. There's a roadblock for travelers as well. There's a roadblock for travelers as well. Maybe, I don't know. But I know that this particular multiple. I know that this was like South Africans we are not going to do that to just now. They won't do that. It's just for business owners. It exposes how people can read, but there is a huge deficit in comprehension and understanding. That's true. You're right. When they say comprehension is a problem, it's a very big problem. Most people read and jump with the bandwagon, and no. But if you read to understand, you know that no, the president was not talking about the average Nigerian, and neither was he talking about the average tourist. He was talking about the business tourists, people that are coming to bring their millions to come and open a business. So for them to have an ease of business, coming to oversee your business, only makes logical sense to give them a visa that will allow them multiple entry and will be for a longer period of time. So they can fly in, check on their business, come in for business meeting, go back. You know that those people are not even a threat to the country. So yeah. Instead of talking about the difference between South Africa and Nigeria and SA, they pour petrol. That's the thing. The point is that sometimes I want to also agree that sometimes the rift between South Africans and Nigerians are based on are usually based on hearsay. I heard that this happened. People run with it, both from the angles of Nigeria and both from the angle of South Africans. You hear that, oh, these people do this, you run with it. You hear that these ones do the piam. Instead of sitting down, understanding, researching, assimilating, understand where people are coming from, inform yourself. Just like when somebody said, is it Musi or Shai says that no Nigerian, he says something like South Africa is going to regret this. No Nigerian that comes to South Africa come for a good reason. You see that shy, somebody like this is talking from a very shallow point of view. He's talking from a very shallow mindset, because how? How? How is it possible? It's when people jump with the bandwagon, when they write something or when they say something, you already know, how they reason, how they understand things, how they assimilate. Because when you read this kind of thing, you didn't even understand, what these policy people, the lawmakers, what they are trying to achieve. You just say this kind of thing. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. Because yeah, it doesn't make sense. Somebody said we already have a lot of them. Okay, but what is going to okay, let me read what Musi said. Let's read what Musi said. Musi said, if we could manage to get all 1% of African countries to come and invest here, we can easily fight. Okay, I already read that. We cannot. Okay, we can easily we can easily fight white capital, bank, retail, manufacturers, cheaper oil almost in all spheres. Who knows? Maybe you're right. But what is going to stop the rest who don't have legitimate business to apply for the visa? The proof of fund. This visa will have a lot of hold. This visa you will have a lot to prove. You will have a lot of business, big business that you've invested to show that, okay, I'm a big investor. I already have 10 chains of business in Nigeria. Now I have so and so money in my bank account. Now I want to invest. So you see, let's think, okay? A lot is going to hold them. The average person like me is not going to, the average people that are not rich are not going to be able to apply for this particular visa. Not that they can't apply for visa to come to South Africa, but this one that will give them multiple entry for 5 years, no. You get that? Ashford, you get that, right? A lot is going to, because I live in South Africa. I know that a lot of things comes with proof of fund, proof of this, proof of that, proof of this. You show a lot of proof. Even when you're applying for ordinary visa or permit, you show a lot of proof. Not to talk of this kind of visa. Don't worry, your country knows how to sieve this kind of things. Relax, okay? Relax. South Africans, they know how to work around this kind of things. If you think that they're going to allow everybody, no. Okay, and I'm happy because I'm an advocate of Nigerians don't come to South Africa. There are no jobs for ordinary Nigerians in South Africa. I will say that. I'll keep saying that. I think I'll make that video again. So I want to also tell you that I won't want fellow Nigerians to come and roam the streets of South Africa without, being well employed. So yeah, we already have a lot of them. Okay, I don't know. As for said, because they do not qualify, so they will be rejected. Exactly. A lot of people, before you even apply for that visa, you must meet the requirements before you even. You know how let me tell you, if you're not Nigerian, or if you're not a foreigner that applies, let me explain to you. Before you apply to South African Home Affairs to give you a visa, you go through VFS, Visa Facilitation Center. And before Visa Facilitation Center collects your application, they will go through, there's a section where you go with all your documentation. They will go through it one by one to show that you have all the requirements for this visa before they collect it and even apply. So if you don't have, the VFS is in Nigeria as well. So with this kind of visa, if you don't have all the requirements, the VFS officials will not even collect your application. Talk more of sending it to Home Affairs. You feel me? I'm just trying to make the mood light. Okay, so yeah, guys, my fellow South Africans and Nigerians, hope you understand that now. It's not all for bad, especially for South Africans, those that are worried and say, oh, these people again, how dare Ramaphosa? How dare? Is that he actually knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Musi say Africans are failing to understand that we are in the second phase of liberation, which is economic liberation, and we have to establish our own economy. That's a good one. That's true. Because instead of somebody like, the elites, the rich people, instead of them to go to another country and put businesses there, it's better you apply you establish business in the whole of Africa first before. Okay. Oh, Sire, hi Sire. Sire say, clarity please. Does this also apply to South Africans? Are South Africans also granted the same visa privilege to Nigerians? No, I didn't hear that. No, from the clip we heard at Sire, it's actually South Africans. This is a plot for South Africans, South African governments. This is a way for them to attract foreign investors. And Siri, I don't know if I think you're just joining. If you're just joining, I've already explained that this particular visa privilege is just for foreign investors, Nigerian investors. And I explained the kind of caliber of people that the South African government may be looking to attract. Their Alikos, the Aliko Dangotes, or the Adelekes, or the, I already explained, we call them the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. That's the privileged and the rich and the high and mighty. So those are the people that and they are trying to attract, they are trying to come and make them invest. So, and I already explained that if these are the kind of people that South African government is trying to, get to invest in South Africa, I think it makes sense. But from the part of Nigeria, I don't know how Nigerian visa is for South Africa, but this is just for the part of Nigerians that was announced. We don't know if they are going to announce the other part, maybe for South African Nigeria. So, but it's a good thing. Like I always tell people, this one is a good thing. How long is a tourist visa currently? Grace says, how long is a tourist visa currently? A tourist visa is 1 month. 1 month and not multiple. If you apply, they say you to enter the Republic of South Africa on the 20th of June and to leave the Republic of South Africa on or before the 20th of July. So something like 1 month. Unless it's a medical visa. I've already explained. Hi, Grace is like you're just joining. I already explained that my mom have been to South Africa for 6 times. I've lived here for 12 years or more or thereabouts, and my mom have come here like six times. All the times I have kids, she came. When I was studying, she came to stay with me. When I was studying, she came to stay with me, and they gave her 1 month. We kept reapplying, like we kept extending. They call it extension. You go with all her documents, you pay money again, you extend till the 4 months that she helped me with when she was still a baby. So we kept extending, doing extension. So the average tourist visa for South Africa is usually 1 month. If you're applying for a medical tourist visa, it's 3 months. At one time, my mom applied for a medical tourist visa. We even thought they were going to give her 6 months, but they gave her 3 months. That's because we had to go to Netcare where she was going to do some procedures. We showed that she had medical aid. We showed my husband's bank statement. We showed a lot of proof that her medical cost was already covered by us and everything, and that her medical procedures was booked. That was the only way they gave us 3 months on the dot. So normally, South Africans are not liberal with the visa, the tourist visa. I will tell you for free, okay? I've got all the information. I will tell you, they are not liberal. So for South Africans to be this liberal, you can see the people that are being, that are going to benefit are only the people that South Africans are also going to benefit from, by them coming to invest, a lot in South African government. Not the poor, not the struggling, not the jackpot people. In case you're thinking Nigerians will come and don't worry about that. Okay. Yes. Liso says yes, they do at Seaway. That's what bilateral agreement means. Okay. So they do as well. That means bilateral is you do for me, I do for you. It's both ways. Makes sense. Okay. Sire says thank you. Thank you, Madam Cherish. I was asking because I didn't hear Honorable Tinubu say anything about Nigerian visa to South Africa. Okay, me, I didn't hear it as well. Thank you, Liso, for bringing that to us. Yeah, that's what bilateral. That means it's both ways. Okay. So it's both ways. It applies for both South Africans that want to go to Nigeria and invest a business, and it also applies for both Nigerians that want to come to South Africa and invest a business, okay, or open a business. Seriously, yes, it also applies to South African investors going to Nigeria. And Felix, hi Felix. I've not seen this name before in my on my channel. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. Please give us a thumbs up, okay? So, guys, now having said that, and now that we know the kind of people that are being targeted for this bilateral agreement, would you think is a good idea for South Africans and Nigerians to have this kind of visa arrangements that says 5 years with multiple entry? Please, on the comment section, let's hear. What do you guys think? Is it a good idea for this bilateral agreement, this kind of new visa arrangements? Is it a good idea, guys? What do you think? It's so hot here. So hot here in Rustenburg. It's usually very hot in this season of the year. Very, very hot. Very, very, very hot. So, guys, what do you think? Do you guys agree? Or for me, I think it's a good idea. I have already said where I would have said it's not a good idea if it was a situation whereby, okay, everybody just come, you know, but because I've always been an advocate of, I've always said it, but with this kind of agreement, I say it's a good idea. What do you guys think before we call it a day? Hmm? Please give us a thumbs up, guys, okay? A thumbs up will be always appreciated, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, please, okay, guys? Thumbs up, please. Give the live stream a thumbs up. It's free. Thumbs up, please. What do you think, guys? Now that we understand the kind of visa, the kind of people that are looking to get this visa, do you think is a good idea? Please let me get your thoughts on the comment section on the live chat. For me, looking at I think it's a trade agreement. It's part of trade agreement, and you know, it's going to benefit both parties. So looking at that, I would say it's a good idea. But what do you guys think? Please, as we answer, give us a thumbs up. I want to come and talk about something. Somebody told me, I always had it in mind to talk about what Davido's controversial statement about Nigeria. I had my opinion about that. It should have been done a long time ago. Let me read what Musi said. Please give us a thumbs up, guys, okay? And let me read what Musi said. Musi said it should have been done a long time ago because a lot of resentment wouldn't have existed because people would have also seen value in other people from Nigeria and other African countries. You're right. I think maybe it could actually be a way of conflict resolution. Who knows? It could be a way that Nigeria, the South African government is trying to also, both governments are trying to offer each other a hand of friendship. A lot have transpired between Nigeria and South Africa in the past months. We all know that some have been not so fun, a lot of emotions here and there. So it could be a way or a form of conflict resolution, offering of a hand of friendship, a way to say, oh, we still love each other as Africans. Who knows? Musi is of the opinion that this should have happened a long time ago. For me, I think it's going to benefit the both countries. So yeah, that's what I think as well. Siri said it's been long overdue. For a very long time, Africa has relied a lot on imports from other continents. We need Nigerian oil and petroleum. You're right. If Nigerian can import petroleum and maybe build some refineries in South Africa here, and maybe Dangote refinery is running, and we import petroleum to back to Nigeria, and we do this. There are a lot to be done, but people just focus on hate, xenophobia, drug, this one, a lot, and when we are wasting a country like Nigeria is importing crude oil to Germany, to other countries to go and refine. When South Africa is here that can build a good refinery, and the oils are being refined in Nigeria, South Africa will have enough and export to other countries, and can also import to Nigeria. And as Dangote refinery is also, there will be a lot to benefit from each other. But people are, I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Liso said it's a good idea if President Tinubu will also explain to his people, like our main Ronald Lamula explained to us. Oh, okay. Your minister Ronald Lamula explained. What did he explain? Liso, please. I always like your insight. What did the minister explain to you guys, and what do you think he should explain? Is it to explain the nitty-gritty of the visa? Maybe I think awareness should be made. Yeah. That's why we are making this kind of video, because a lot of people are lazy to assimilate things or read, so that if people can share this kind of video, people will understand actually what is, now that we have dissected it, we understood the nitty-gritty of this visa. Please like this video, share, okay? Let a lot of people see it. And please, Lisa, what did Minister Ronald Lamula explain? I would like to hear that. If you can can you come on, Lisa, or if you can't come on, just type, let's read, okay? And Muzi said we should have replaced the rice we eat from Thailand with West African rice. Exactly. We produce a lot of rice in West Africa. Why do we prefer Asian rice to our own African rice? There we have it again, Muzi. Sorry. To avoid conflict among ordinary citizens from both countries, we crime raises its head. Okay, where crime raises its head, we must be reported and not protected. Yeah, anybody that is protecting crime, that person is also a criminal. Yeah, because there's something that is called aiding and abetting. If you aid and abet, you're also part of the crime. So nobody should aid and abet any form of crime. We should call it out as it is. Uh-huh. As for says Olivia, so Olivia, have you started applying for a job again? Asford, I've not started, and I'm not applying for now. I have other things I'm doing actually. That's why sometimes I just go MI. There are some courses I'm taking. There are a lot of courses I'm taking. I like to study. I like to. So I don't want to apply for jobs when I know that I'm not even qualified to get some jobs, because I know my field, and I know it's not a critical skilled field here in South Africa. And before I get this job, hence I don't have a PR in South Africa. I don't stand a chance over a South African citizen. So you get my point, right? So, but I am still enhancing, and I'm working on my plans. But I would like to, me, I don't want my certificates to be a waste. I've spent so much time and money studying and brain cells. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Nigerian petrol is refined here in SA by Shell, which is sad because it came as British. Oh really? Okay, let me read what Liso said. Liso said he explained this fine print as who exactly the visa is for. Oh, okay. That's very, very, I think it's necessary. If not, you're going to cause a further rift between these two countries. and people are going to people can take to the streets to even protest, So I think the fine prints are very necessary to be explained. But the point is, for Nigerians, yeah, it's good to explain to them. However, if nobody takes their time to explain, if they want to go apply for these visas, eventually they will not get it. That's the thing, because there are requirements to be met before you get these visas. And if you don't meet the requirements, obviously you're not getting the visa. Musi says Sasso even has refineries in US worth $12 billion. Oh my God! Imagine refining for. Oh my God, Jesus! Oh, 12 billion. We are just short paying ourselves in Africa, right? We Africans, especially South Africa and Nigeria, that should be very strong economies in Africa. This rift must be coming from the pit of hell. Because why can't we just, unite and make things, I don't know. There is a lot of raw materials to be exchanged in Africa. Coffee, cocoa, palm oil, avocados. Oh my God. A lot. A lot. Cassava, rice, palm oil, um, rubber. A lot of raw materials. You know, look at what's happening in Congo. There's so much minerals there. Exactly my point. Now, maybe their arrangements will start, things will start happening, but you can get a remote job. Yes, I can get a remote job. That's why, but I can get a remote job, but that's why I'm doing other certifications, because I need some more certifications to to get remote jobs. And remote jobs in HR, no, except I have to dabble into other areas, which I'm actually looking at, because remote jobs in HR is kind of a practical thing. You have to, you have to deal with the employees and all that. So yeah, that's it. So remote jobs has to be in other areas. Hence, I'm looking at other areas. But thank you guys for your concern. I appreciate. I understand, sis. Wish you all the best in everything. Thank you. I really appreciate. Yes, unrelated topic, very unrelated. But I mean, I know that some people curiosity. I also get curious. When I watch some YouTubers and I feel I know them a lot, but there's some things I don't know about them. I also get curious and I'm like, I wish I want to ask you this question. So I understand when somebody can just, want to know some things, and it usually comes from a place of love, I would say, though sometimes a place of curiosity, but generally a place of, I wish you well and all that. So I understand. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, if it bothers me, I will not share any part of my life. So I will try to do a Q&A for maybe people that don't know me so well. To I just personal Q&A. I've been trying to bring my husband on this channel for the longest time to do a Q&A. I just want to, for people to also ask him general questions, maybe about his career, personal life, whatever. But he's like visa lottery. He's ever busy, ever busy. Muzi said, unrelated topic. Malawians are currently destroying Ethiopian shops in Joburg, City, accusing them of shooting one of their. Are you serious? Destroying SA infrastructures by Africa is quiet about it. Wow, I don't even know. What is the government and the police, and what are they doing about it? Are they just keeping quiet to let them vandalize public property or government property? I mean, that's bad though. They should be stopped. Please, guys, give this video a thumbs up, okay? Give the video a thumbs up if you have not thumbs up already, okay? And I will appreciate. Let me read what Siri said. Siri said Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, and Botswana will definitely shake the African economy in the next 10 years or so. These countries are progressive for their own people in Africa. Oh, really? I know that where is that country? You didn't mention that country. This island. I know that some countries in Africa are doing well, but I didn't know that Burkina Faso and Mali. I know Botswana is doing well. I didn't know that Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger they are doing well in as an African country. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think maybe these other bigger or so-called bigger African countries like Nigeria and South Africa. I think maybe we need countries like Burkina Faso and Mali to challenge us. What do you think? If they can challenge countries like Nigeria and South Africa, then yeah, they should challenge. They should challenge us. I think that would be good if they can challenge us. Okay, that's what I think because I mean there's a lot of things to be done. There's a lot of things to there are a lot of collaborations that could benefit the whole Africa, as a continent, but people are just, letting their resentment becloud their sense of reasoning. But that doesn't mean that if I'm collaborating with you now and you're from another African country and we need to punish your national, we'll punish them very well if they do anything wrong. But that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be good collaboration between these countries because there are some people that will feel that, Hi, Wendell Space. How are you? Thank you for joining. Please give this video a thumbs up, okay? Yeah, thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up, please. It's just free. Eh? On TikTok, people give super chats. YouTube people, they are not used. What is it, super chat or super? What's that? The money gun, all those things. I'm not even good at TikTok terms. But on YouTube, you people don't give super chats and you don't thumbs up. Why? Please thumbs up, guys, okay? Thumbs up, and I appreciate. And share this video if you can, so that people understand. Burkina Faso, under Ibrahim Traore, has paid off its debt, and they are doing very well after moving away from France. Wow. You see? And Burkina Faso is a very small country. It's a very, very small country in Africa. But it seems like they are strong. People are saying that President Tinubu is trying. He's just 1 year, 6 months in office. We'll see how after 4 years what will become of Nigeria. It's only after 4 years we'll know if but he's been busy going to different countries to make this some good trade arrangements. Hopefully he will get some deals that will favor us, and President Tinubu, we'll see how that goes. Honestly, we'll see how that goes. But I'm all for a country. We only have 9 thumbs up. Why now? You push your thumbs up now, please. Please, guys, thumbs up, okay? I will appreciate you. Thumbs up. Lisa say, where do you live, Olivia? All the burning issues are coming last on you. Lisa, I don't understand. Where I live in Rustenburg. Okay. Is it all the burning issues? I think for me, sometimes what I do is I don't assimilate myself with what happens on social media, Lisa, because social media will depress you. It will like literally keep you depressed if you don't put yourself on check. So I try to sometimes just go in and see what's going on, and I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot. I'll have a lot of things to do. So I mostly shy away from social media, things that happen on social media, my daily. So because social media can keep you on that app, or those apps. You fly from X to Instagram to Facebook to Twitter, the whole day will go without you achieving anything. So I just try to plan. Sometimes I literally, instead of going to social media, you see the way Christmas is right now. Listen, I'm just giving you a tip. What I do when Christmas comes right now, this is the time I detox. I detox from the whole year, the stress of the whole year, because let's be realistic, we are all human beings and life happens to us in one way or the other, physically, mentally. I try to do my another phase of my checks, like medical checks up around this time of the year again, because I recently started doing. I know that I'm in my 30s, my late 30s, so I'm trying to take care of my mental health, my physical health. I do my checks, and other times my girls are on holiday. You can see them moving around. They're on holidays now. Their school have started holidays, so I give them time, because during the like during school times, they are very busy, from homework to extramurals to this one to, so they are very, now I try to give them time. We go to the malls, we take a walk, we chat, we play what. I just give the girls time, because I see myself as, your children, why they are young, that's when they need you. When they grow, they're on their own. So that's what I do as a mom. What else? I also give myself some time. I leave my social media, like, not watch anything. I just go and watch Christmas movie, be happy. I watch countries that have snow. Christmas movie are fairy tale movies. Some love ones, some comedies. I just laugh and not think too much on social media, because I see myself as a person that I'm very passionate and emotional. Not really emotional. I don't know emotional. I don't know, but I'm passionate. So social media depresses me if I assimilate it a lot. And since I tell you the kind of things I do towards the end of the year, like, that's why when people do vlogmas, I struggle with vlogmas, putting out content, because it makes you walk all around the clock and do content, and I just try to detox mentally, get happy, assimilate the season. If I show you I already decorated my house for Christmas. Can you believe me? We decorated last week, or I think on the 26th or 27th. That's when we decorated. So you can imagine, I'm already gearing myself for Christmas. I don't want anything to this one is happening. It's been a lot the whole year. So I try to enjoy myself, enjoy my kids, enjoy the family at this time of the year, and really watch Christmas movies. It gives me joy. Look at my small Christmas tree here. I've decorated the whole house for Christmas. So I just some burning issues. Yeah, there'll always be burning issues, but I kind of so it's just a tip for you, for us as human beings, because this space can be very, very, very toxic sometimes. Honestly, it can be very underwhelming or overwhelming, or what would I say? I don't know the English, but you understand, right? So sometimes just take some time out. No, don't think about South Africans, Nigerians, this country. Just especially this season, just laugh, be happy for no reason. So that's way, if you detox during this festive season, it gives you a boost to start next year again. That means you're fresh for the hustling and bustling of next year, because it never ends. When they say Mr. Tippen is not trying anything, no, they say he's trying. When he's trying. I mean, that man did not cause the problem of Nigeria. Okay, I don't think he can fix it anyway. So I don't know. They say he's. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy, but they say, excuse me, they say he's trying. I would have loved to see how Nigerians would have looked like under Fela Anipo Kuti. What a legend. Fela could have never been the president. Sire, sorry, I don't know. I don't want to offend any Nigeria or any Fela lover. Fela was a musician, okay, a very controversial one at that. He was an activist. He used his music to do activism. He talked about the ills of the society and all that. But I don't think Fela Anipola Kuti was a politician. I don't think he was a politician. I don't think he was going to, even if he was alive, he was going to dabble into politics. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. And even if you watch even his kids' what's that his name again? One of his kids are also, most of his kids are like him, they're musicians and they're also activists. So yeah. When this place say come and enjoy the snow, is that snow that I want to enjoy? My kids are, they want to go to a country that snows, they want to visit a snowing country. I say, okay now, pray now, let's have money. That means you want to visit Europe or the USA during the winter season. So yeah, I would like to visit during snow, whenever it's snowing. So guys, anyway, I don't know. Anyway, so guys, see Rachel. So Siri says, Cherish, have you ever heard of Gabriel Oyibo, a professor of mathematician in Nigeria, and his grand theory in maths? This man would make Isaac Newton look like school kids. No, I've not heard of him. Oh. I've not heard of him. Siri, I've not heard of him. Oh. I'm not a mathematician now, so I'm sure I will not be interested. But yeah, I've not heard of him. I only know the likes of Chimamanda because she's a novelist. All those ones I'll know them, but somebody like a mathematician like this, Gabriel Oyimbo. Hmm, okay, I don't know him or her. Is it a her or a him? A he? Anyway, so guys, I'll have another. I think I'll talk about that Davido issue tomorrow. Guys, please join me. Siri, join me. Everyone, if you can join me tomorrow, we'll have another live stream tomorrow. I'll talk about what I think about what Davido said about Nigerians' economy. What my takes are on that. Yeah, same time. Thank you everyone for joining. Please give us a thumbs up, okay? Share, comment, like, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye guys. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Siri. Thank you, Liso, Windows Space, Muzi. Thank you everyone. Felix. Everyone, thank you. Okay, bye.